I think I might actually hate this movie. You know, a little background with me. I actually bought this movie a few years back because I watched the music video for Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand. When everything's meant to be broken, I just want you to know who I am. That song. So I'm like, I want to check this movie out. It looks interesting. And I come to find out it's about an angel played by Nicolas Cage. Because of course you'd pick Nicolas Cage to play an angel. And his name is Seth. And he is responsible for helping people, shuffle off the mortal coil and into the afterlife, And one such time is when he has to come to someone who's died from a heart surgery. And he witnesses the doctor, played by Meg Ryan, the surgeon, relentlessly and, pointlessly trying to save this person's life. He becomes obsessed with her and ends up falling in love with her. Yes, this is a love story with Nicolas Cage. And, I said I may hate this movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I think it's well done. Up until the end, I think it is well made. I think it's a good love story. I think it's acted well. I think the actors do a great job. Nicolas Cage is good. Meg Ryan is good. Even Andy Sibowitz, I want to keep calling him that. Dennis Franz, he's good in this. Andre Braugher, he's in this. He's really good. The acting and the atmosphere and the music they play along with this is good. But it's the ending that really makes everything that comes before it pointless. Absolutely pointless. I get the point they were trying to make. To show this angel that mortality isn't all it's cracked up to be. But they could have done it better than this. If you don't know, Seth falls in love with this woman, whose name I can't remember, but Meg Ryan, say that. He falls in love with Meg Ryan, and he tries to tell her that he's an angel. She doesn't believe him, and then he does this weird thing where he puts his arms around her, but not letting her see him, and she believes him then. They fall in love, and he ends up finding out that someone else can see him. Andy Sibowitz, Dennis Franz, you can see him. Because Sibowitz, I'm going to keep calling him Sibowitz, because that's what Sibowitz used to be an angel. So, in effect, he can see other angels. But we'll come back to this, because it doesn't make any sense in the context of later. So Sibowitz tells him all he's got to do is he's got to actually fall. He's a fallen angel. He's got to fall. So he's got to jump from a high building and fall down. He can become human. Well, he does this. He becomes human and he tries to find Meg Ryan. Finds out she went to her cabin at Lake Tahoe. So he finds her way there. The first thing that happens to him, he's mugged. And this is where I don't like the representation of Cage's character here. We are shown that angels are constantly watching over us. They're there when someone's about to die. They see how people die. So how would he not know what a mugging is? How would he not know what blood is? He just asks, what is this? What is this? And they're like, it's blood. Blood? Is it red? I'm like, what? Is it? But you have literally been around blood. You watched the surgery earlier. I don't understand that. Making him stupid. They did the same thing with Castiel at first on Supernatural. He was the only angel. He didn't know anything about humans. Didn't know any, things. But then when other angels showed up, they knew everything. But Cass was presented as the dumbass of the group. And now I don't think it's so much here. But you think angels would know everything about humans from watching them all the time. But that's not the big problem here. The big problem is the ending. So Cage shows up at the cabin for her He shows her that he's human. You know, she fixes him up, whatever. And they have sex. They have sex. And the next morning, he's in the shower for like ever. And she goes to the market to pick up some fruit or whatever. And I remember watching this the first time now. At first, I kind of spaced it off. I think I blocked this movie from my mind the first time because I couldn't remember. I remember not liking it, and I don't remember why. Watching this movie up till this point, I'm like, why didn't I like this movie? It's a good movie. And then we get to the ending, and I'm like, ding ding, we have a winner. Because I now remember watching this and just sitting there afterwards wondering what the hell they were thinking with this ending. Not only the ending, but what Cage's character does after this. So, Meg Ryan goes to the market or whatever, and she's on her way back on her bike, and she decides to not hold on to the handlebars and close her fucking eyes. And she opens them just in time to get hit by a truck. She fucking dies. So this whole love story we've been watching for over an hour or so is completely pointless because now this love story has no happy ending, which we should have had. She's dead now. And remember when I pointed out that Sibowitz could see Seth because he used to be an angel? Well, now they fucking changed that in the second half of the film for some reason. Because when the angel comes to take Meg Ryan away, Cage can't see it for some reason. Even though it's already been established that if you used to be an angel, you can still see the angels. But it's like, oh no, I'm human now, so I can't see the angels. But wait a minute. Sibowitz could see you, dumb fuck. So how the hell does that work? It doesn't. They do it specifically so that Cage can't actually bargain with them. Because if he can see them, he could, play to their human side or something and just talk to them. But now he can't see them. He doesn't know exactly where they are. Yet, he can sense when something happens to her. Yeah, she has the accident. We don't see it because she's 13. And he's just like, the candle goes out and he's like, and he walks out and he runs down to the thing and he knows something happened to her. How? He's not an angel anymore. He doesn't have that kind of senses. I don't understand this at all. He has the angel sense to know she's in trouble, but he can't, and he knows there's an angel there, but he can't see it. Yet Sibowitz could see him. It makes no sense. And then after mourning for like 2 seconds, he just accepts it and walks into the ocean and smiles because he can feel the sand between his toes. Huh? It makes no sense to me. This man has lost the love of his life. The reason he gave up his immortality. If I was him, I would try to find a way to rectify this or do something. He even talks to Andre Braugher, his former friend, and asks him, is there some kind of punishment for me? And he says, no. And I say, bullshit. It's too much of a fucking coincidence that the next day after he's fallen from Earth and becoming human, the woman he sacrifices immortality for dies. Bullshit. They're behind this and they're covering it up. And that's why he cannot see them. Because they blocked it out so he cannot see them so that they don't have to have a confrontation. Yet he can talk with Andre Braugher later, I guess. But that's after the fact. They set this up. The angels set this up to say, you know what? Maybe when Sibowitz said it, he wasn't supposed to do it. And they said they were never going to let it happen again. But then Sibowitz talked to Cage. And Cage did it. And they're like, no, we're not letting him get off scot-free this time. And they killed the woman. It's too much of a fucking coincidence. They did this. The angels fucking did this on purpose. Yeah, you know what? I hate this movie. And in the spirit of the blockbuster buster, I cannot let this movie go unbusted. Where are you? Where are you? Take two. Fuck this movie. It doesn't even get a rating. Just fuck this movie. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty. Enter the cage.